Welcome to this Sandwich and Ashford model railway video on the Hornby Railmaster DCC system and Elink. And this is an update on how I am using the Hornby Railmaster for the layout. Previously I did an introduction video nearly a year ago now on how I was using the system to control the layout and how it was slowly developing, and I was in the process of slowly adding the points and the signals and the locos into the system, and that was because I changed from the Bachmann Dynamist to the Hornby Railmaster and Elink. So a year on, and I'm going to talk you through some of the basics of the Railmaster system. And first of all, I'm going to click on Design Layout. So after clicking on Design Layout, you have all your elements down the left hand side, and it opens up the Track Plan Designer, and you just create a new track plan to your layout. Now mine is down here underneath Sandwich and Ashford Model Railway. They do also give you the Hornby track plans within this system automatically done for you, but here is my Sandwich and Ashford Model Railway with all of the elements put on and the track plan designed here, and then right clicking on each of these or even hovering over tells you what the settings are for each of the elements that are on the page, and you can add your own wording on there as well. So coming out of there, we then come to, this is basically the home page of the Railmaster system, and hopefully from the last update I did on the Railmaster, you can see that now the whole of the layout has all of the signals, all of the points, all on the home screen here. So you can operate the signals and operate all the points from here using the system. Now my points I have set up so that they are both running off the same decoder number. So both of these run off number 25. So just by clicking the one point, the other one works as well. And this is the same with all the rest of the crossovers, so that one isn't, so that I don't have any sort of derailments or incidents where if one's clicked and the other one doesn't get clicked, so to speak, it doesn't cause an issue. The only problem I will say is that because of the, even my actual layout isn't very large, but the size of the plan here is a lot bigger than actually my computer and laptop screen can handle. So I don't know whether, if you obviously have a larger laptop, it's probably better. Sorry for the helicopter that's flying over. But up the top left here we have the scales size that you can downsize it to 50%, and then you get to see the whole of the track plan here. But the numbers for each point and signal disappear, but the basic control can still be used in this mode. So next thing I'm going to move on to is the setting up of locomotives. If you click the locomotive button at the top left hand corner of the Railmaster screen, eventually it does load up the locomotives list, which then you're able to start adding your locos into the Railmaster system. So all these need to be DCC fitted, and then you're able to start adding in your locos. You can add in the name, the decoder numbers, and then you're able to choose down here, you're able to choose the cruising speed and the shunting speed for the three main buttons on the Railmaster, which over here on the right hand side of the screen you see the tortoise, the hare and the stop hand signal. Obviously the hand signal means stop. The tortoise is your shunting speed, and the hare is the cruising speed. So if we go into DRS 66407, you'll see that I've set the cruising speed to 30 and the shunting speed to 10. What you're also able to do within this is choose the locomotive group that you want the loco to be grouped into. You can choose more than one, and you can see there I've set up DRS, Stobart Rail, Southeastern Collis and Network Rail, and this has helped me a lot, which you'll see in a minute when I go back out of this, in terms of doing the running videos. All the locos are then in the same group. On the right hand side here you see the DCC functions. So yeah, F0 is usually your lights on and off. F1 for this one is cab lights on and off, and F3 is your shunt on and off. If we scroll down to Pride of Cumbria, you'll see that F0 is lights on and off, and F1 for that, because it's a Vitrains model, doesn't actually turn the cab lights on, but it dims the lights. Now you're able to write in your own wording in this section here. So if we drop down here, this is the sort of default words which the system puts in, but you'll see that under D, dim lights is not even on there. So you're able to put in your own words as well into that, which I find is a good unique thing. And also for the rest of these functions, if you've then got sound on your locos, you can then put in all the rest of these, such as double horn, guard, driver, buzzer, and all the rest of those. So that's quite a good feature that they've added in there, that you're able to personalise it. Now as this loads back up on the right, you'll see that up here in the top right hand corner it says all. If we drop down, at the moment it's under all, so that means all the locos are shown on this right hand column. And if we now go to DRS, it loads just the DRS locos, so rather than scrolling through all of the locos that I have for the layout, if we go to Southeastern, you'll be able to see that there's just the 4 locos under the Southeastern one, and Network Rail was 3 underneath that one, so you're able to use it better in that instance. Finally, the last thing I'm going to show you for this update on the Railmaster software is the program, the Accessory decoder. I had a few problems. This isn't the greatest bit of software that they've added into the system. All I will say is that you can match up what you've bought as your accessory decoder, so they have all these options here, to the ones on here. And before I use the ECU switch pilot, which is basically the one that was used alongside the Bachmann Dynamis, but I still use those, but those are only used for the signals on the layout, and the other ones are DCC Concepts. Not that one, sorry. DCC Concepts 8 port decoders, and each port can be CV done for each one. So what I'm trying to say here is you can assign a number to each individual decoder on the 8 port decoder done by DCC Concepts. So this is the one I've used here, which is the NCE Snap-It single port decoder, which I had to use for every single port on the DCC Concepts accessories decoder. So I've then added in those for all of the points on the layout, which is how I've also connected in the point motors are connected to other point motors, such as these crossovers down here. Both of those are connected in just the one accessory decoder port, which then obviously then saves the money, because they can become quite expensive with a lot of them all together. Okay, so something I've also said previously is that I was going to get a tablet. I now have a tablet, and that means that I have also connected up the Railmaster through the tablet and handheld device, so I'm now able to use that around the layout, which I will show you in a future video. So thank you very much for watching, and I'll see you soon. Cheers.